Before that, here's Adebanji finding out about the artist who 50 years ago received a royal stamp of approval.
This is probably the most famous portrait ever created. It's an image that's travelled all over the world and endured for more than 50 years.
And I'm talking about one of these, the British postage stamp.
In 1965, the Royal Mail held a competition to find a new design for the stamp, which at the time was based on an image by society photographer Dorothy Wilding. Arnold Machin, a renowned sculptor from Stoke-on-Trent, was one of several artists invited to submit his ideas. He had previously worked for Royal Mint and Wedgwood Potteries.
And it was Machin that stood out because he was the only one to submit a sculpture of the Queen. The judges told him to develop his ideas, which he chose to do in the form of a plaster model.
Machin's nephew, Dominic Newton, remembers his uncle's passion for the project.
What we're seeing on this table in the drawings behind us is actually 10 years' work encapsulated.
Wow.
He produced, we think, about 300 drawings. So although we only have a very few life drawings, because he had very little time with the Queen, in terms of the paintings here, we know for sure about 500.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about these life drawings, because I'm an ardent sketcher myself, and I think these are terrific.
Well, these were done at Buckingham Palace, primarily. He only had 4 sittings throughout the entire period, and each sitting would be about 45 minutes. For Arnold, hair was hugely important.
This is very close to the one that finally came on.
Exactly.
Yeah, wow.
You can see, even in the very early stages of the project, the class coming out, the beauty of the piece, that Arnold was already thinking about, you know, this has to be an enduring image.
Can I have one of these?
No. we only bring these out for special occasions.
Was he nervous about meeting the Queen?
The really great event for him was he wanted the last sitting. This is quite well on into the process, and he phoned up the people you have to phone up, and they said, well, the Queen's on holiday at Balmoral. The Duke of Edinburgh apparently said, oh, tell Machin to come up. Oh, and he'd better bring a dinner jacket. On the day that he was there for the sitting, he was ready, you know, to get to work, and the Queen turned up in her curlers. So it was just like being with the family. He said it was just wonderfully relaxing.
After years of hard work, Machin only received £150 for his finished design. Once it had received personal approval from the Queen, the first stamp with Machin's design was released in 1967 with a value of 4 old pence. Since then, it's been reproduced in over 130 different colours.
And today, I'm going to be using 2,500 of these stamps to create a very special collage.
It's going to be a bit of a challenge, so I've called in some posties to help me. And we're in the very room at the Royal Academy of Arts where Machin created his designs for the stamp. I think I've got a lot to live up to.
Let's go. Let's do it. Yeah, it's looking really good. It's looking good.
That looks absolutely fabulous.
And what would your uncle think about it?
Oh, he would definitely approve of this.
So there you have it, a Machin definitive stamp, 50 times the size, to celebrate its 50th birthday.
Well, that was news to everybody here. We all thoroughly enjoyed that. I'm really